Welcome to another installment of Parent Perspective, a video series designed to educate and assist parents, guardians, and loved ones of our current Arkansas Tech University students. We know you play a vital role in the success of your student, and we want your help to get us through to graduation. We hope that through these video series, we will be able to provide you some insight into the academic and social lives of your college student. Today, our topic is campus safety. And to provide us an overview and give us some insight into the Department of Public Safety, we welcome Chief Josh McMillan. Josh, welcome.
Well, thank you for having us on today. I'm so excited to be here and talk to our parents and our students about campus safety and what we have to offer.
So, Josh, tell us a little bit about the functional areas within the Department of Public Safety here at Tech.
Okay. Well, first of all, Arkansas Tech is committed to the safety of all of our students, faculty, our visitors, and especially our parents and everybody that comes to our university campus. And so to kind of reinforce that commitment, public safety's job is to provide a safe environment for everybody that comes to our university. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure that our parents feel safe dropping their loved ones off when they come to college for that next stage of their life. And we do that through a variety of different ways. We have our policing services, we're going to have our Office of Emergency Management, we're also in charge of parking, and our security services. And all these areas work together to help provide a safe environment for anyone on Arkansas Tech University's campus.
Great. Thank you. So your office serve our campus 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So just give a little insight into your office. How many officers do you have, and how many are typically on patrol throughout the day, any given day at the university?
So the university employs full-time certified law enforcement. That means we have any of the powers that a local city, a county, or a state agency would have in Arkansas. So we have 20 officers that are full-time. We also have 6 officers that work part-time. And then we're here 365, like you said, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So we're always on duty. In our typical shifts, we run 2 to 3 officers per shift. They'll have a supervisor as well as 3 officers that report to them. So on duty at any given time, you'll have 2 to 4 officers working on the university campus.
And I've seen throughout the years, we have officers on bikes at times of year. We have officers on foot patrol. We have officers on golf cart ATVs as well as the regular patrol.
Yeah. So in policing, on a university campus, we're kind of some unique challenges. Unlike a city or a county where roads is your main form of transportation, we've got sidewalks. We've got a closed campus in a lot of areas. You can't reach those with a vehicle. So we have to be innovative in the way we do our job. And one of the things we do is we have a bike patrol, like you said. We get out on foot, we walk through all of our residence halls, and we make sure that we have a good, strong officer presence. And the goal of that isn't to make people fearful of the police. We want to make them more accepting of the police. So we want it to be common on our campus for you to see a public safety officer when you're on campus going about your day. That way you see that person not as someone that's there to do a job, but more as a friend or someone you can talk to if you have an issue, and to make sure we have a strong presence on campus to help us do our job better and make the university feel safe when you're here on campus going about your day-to-day activities.
Sure. And that kind of leads us into the next thing, because they are more than just a police officer. They have a lot of functions on our campus, and a lot of our students and faculty and staff have great relationships with these folks. But that kind of goes into your community policing model. So talk to us a little bit about community policing and your thoughts on that and how you orchestrate your department in that manner.
So a minute ago, we kind of spoke a little bit about officer presence, and that ties directly into our community policing model. And I think community policing is a word a lot of people have heard all over the United States, nationally and internationally. But what it really means at the core of it is relationships. So our job is to build relationships with those that we're here to serve. Because, there's 26 people that patrol our campus that are police officers, but then we have 12,000 students that are enrolled in our university. That's a lot of people to watch. And so when we're out here doing our job, those relationships is what's going to help us do our job better, because then we've got partnerships with our departments, partnerships with our faculty, partnerships with our students, our student organizations, and through those positive relationships, we know that they'll feel safer, allows us to do our job better. And through community policing and enacting that model on this university campus, that's why we're such a safe place to be, because everybody here has a culture or a mentality of safety. And because of our approachability as police officers, I think that's what allows us to do our job better than what you'll see at some other agencies around anywhere in the United States. We do very intentional about having good, strong relationships with those that we're charged to serve.
Sure. Aside from patrol, you guys do a lot of outreach, and I'm going to get into some specific programs that you have. But just in general, outreach programs. I see a self-defense program that we have, women's self-defense and general self-defense programs. Talk about your role in educating our campus in those types of ways.
Sure. And so our not our self-defense program, but our crime prevention, our community outreach program is based around two concepts. Number one, we want to give you the skills and the tools necessary to keep yourself safe while you're here on the university campus. But the second is, we know this isn't your last stop. We know you've got a future career, some job opportunities. We want to make sure those skills transfer out of this area as well. So yeah, we do offer several programs, but our model for our community outreach is to make sure we teach classes, programs, all of our curriculum gives our students, our faculty, and our staff tools they need to be safe on campus, but that also transfers over to their home life, their future careers, things that'll stick with you through the rest of your life to make sure you can always have a mentality of being safe and have the tools necessary to do that.
I would like to talk a little bit about the ATU. I'd like for you to talk a little bit about the ATU Alert program. How do students sign up for this, and what is the program? How do they sign up, and is it available for parents?
Every university has a federal mandate where they're required to be able to notify all members of their community. And so our ATU Alert is how we fulfill that mandate. But it's also much more than that for us. If something ever happens on the university that's a threat to the life safety or it's an imminent danger to anybody on the university, we can use our ATU alert system to send you a text message, a phone call, an email. Actually, we have it set up to where on certain computers on campus, it'll alert you. Plus we have some speaker options as well. And then we also have the ability to activate these little yellow boxes in our very large gathering areas like our cafeteria, Bastec, our Tucker Coliseum, sport arenas. They'll go off with the purpose of giving you information as fast as possible so you can make an informed decision on how to keep yourself safe. A good example is a tornado. If a tornado comes in, when those sirens go off, we automatically activate our ATU alert system. So if you're indoors and you can't hear them per se, you'll know what's going on because you'll get a notification on your phone or you'll get a phone call so you know what's happening. And to sign up for it's pretty simple. There's a link on your One Tech where you can go and sign up, but by going to Arkansas Tech, you're automatically entered into the system. So just by giving us your contact information and enrolling in our university, you're automatically put into that system so you can get the most up-to-date information to keep yourself safe and others around you as well.
Is that something that's available to non-students or non-faculty and staff, or is that strictly for the campus community?
So our ATU alert system allows us to notify the entire university campus. But if you visit our university, if you go to any of our athletic events, any special events, there's actually some a number you can text into that automatically enrolls you into that system for 24 hours. So if you're coming to visit your student on the weekend on a Saturday and you'd like to be able to receive the same messages that your student receives, there's a number you can text with a certain key code. When you text that number, you're automatically enrolled into the system. And it's been really helpful for us for athletic events and reaching those that we need to in the event of an emergency.
I've heard students talk about the Tech Safety Transport. Can you tell us a little bit about that program?
So our Tech Safety Transport is pretty simple. If it's after hours, if it's dark, if you feel like you're at the library, maybe you're just too exhausted from all those late night study sessions, we want to make sure you're safely back to your residence hall or anywhere on campus. So you can actually call our number after hours, request a transport. An officer or a person employed by the Department of Public Safety will come up, pick you up, and give you a safety escort to the location you want to go to. It's a really good opportunity. It's only available on campus though. So if you're off campus at Walmart, we can't go pick you up and bring you back. However, we're able to do that on campus as well.
Great. Okay, good. Operation ID. This is a unique service offered by your department. Can you explain what that program is?
Theft and property crime is one of the most common crimes occurring all over the United States. It's just not unique to our area or any other area for that matter. And so what we do with Operation ID is we can't locate your stolen property if we don't have a serial number or something that gives us a unique identifier to make sure that that property, when it's recovered, that we know it belongs to you. Because it's not our computer, it's not our bike. So when that happens, logging that information through our Operation ID lets us know what it is so we can enter it and gives us a better chance of recovering your stolen property.
Sure. And students can do that by going to your office.
Yep, go to our office.
We know that our students like to sometimes complain about parking. And parking is a hot topic on the social media a time or two throughout the year. Can you talk about campus parking?
Sure. So at Arkansas Tech, parking falls under our jurisdiction, as you've talked about. But with parking, it comes to this: is there's really nowhere on campus you can't walk to in 5 minutes or less. And so what happens is we always encourage people to do this. The biggest complaint is they can't get a parking spot right by the door. But when you've got 12,000 students and you've got parking on campus, sometimes you don't always get the parking that you want or your preferred parking. And that happens a lot. And then people will run late to classes. They might not properly planned. Maybe we have an event going on that slows them down. And so we really strongly encourage all of our students to do a couple of things. One, make sure you plan out your route before your first day of class. Know where you're going to park, where your available parking lots are, and all that's available on our website. You can stop by our office, get a parking map, and we'll take care of that for you. Second is, make sure you leave yourself enough time to get to class. It's always good to be 5 or 10 minutes early just to be there when the door opens, get the seats you need to maximize your learning, but you can't do that if you're running late and then you get upset and you park somewhere you're not supposed to park and you end up with a parking citation. But if you do get a parking citation, there's an appeal process. So if you feel like for some reason you want to appeal that ticket, you feel like maybe you had parked correctly, you were just confused at the time, you can go online to our website, and just like when you purchase your parking permit, you go to that purchase parking permit tab, click on it, and it's going to have a link for traffic appeal. Fill out that form, submit it, and we have a traffic appeals court that will hear that, and they'll make a ruling based on the information that you give them. So as far as parking is concerned, I always tell people it's really not a parking problem. A lot of times it's a walking or a convenience problem. And so I'd highly encourage you to make sure you take those steps to make sure you have enough time to get to where you're going.
Sure. Now, your residence hall, if you live on campus, you're assigned a parking hang tag color based on your residence hall. We have some students that will be moving residence halls that semester and some moving to different halls that have different lots. How does a student who is making that move, how do they switch out their parking tag? What's the process for that? Sure.
So we make that super easy. Come by our office, bring in your hang tag that you currently have, let us know where you're moving to, and we'll swap it out right there. Doesn't cost you any money. There's no extra fee associated with it. You've already paid your money for your parking pass. We'll just go ahead and swap it out for you at our office.
The Department of Public Safety, your office, provides an annual safety report. Can you talk about this and where it's located and who can access to it and what is the purpose behind it?
Okay. So our annual safety report is available on our website. Go to public safety or atu.edu/psafe. From there, just click on the link that says Annual Security Report. And what you'll find in that report is everything we do to keep the university safe. It is a federal mandate to publish that report for everybody, so it contains a lot of really good information, and it makes us disclose everything that happens on campus. And so I would strongly encourage anybody to look at that. And the other thing I want to say about that is it's a really good approach to how we do safety at Arkansas Tech University. The Clery Report, or the Annual Safety Report, as we're referring to it, is something that every university is required to do all across the United States. And it's a really good opportunity for us to take a hard look at what we do to keep people safe and to make sure we're giving the campus community the information they need to keep themselves safe as well. So it's just one more facet of the many ways we work to make sure people feel safe and feel good when they're on our campus.
Josh, you have a great staff of officers. We interact with them, students interact with them quite a bit, and they seem to really enjoy it here. What if you could pinpoint one thing that your officers say about working here? What is it they enjoy the most? Why do they stay here? Why do they have such good attitudes about being a police officer at Arkansas Tech University?
I think that's pretty much because Arkansas Tech University is a great place. We've got a good environment here. The staff, the faculty genuinely care about the people here on campus. They work hard for our students to provide a good atmosphere for them, and that's contagious. And so our officers, a lot of them come from other departments. They have a lot of experience at other departments, and so when they get here, we've got a good staff of veteran officers that really appreciate the opportunity to come here, be really well trained, know what their job's supposed to be, and then they get to interact with some great people on campus. And I think that just culminates in a really good place to be. And that's why our officers are really diligent about their job, why they enjoy their job, and one of the reasons we do our job so well. Just the place at Arkansas Tech and how good of an atmosphere and environment it is here, and that's why they enjoy their job so much.
Josh, thank you very much for visiting with us today. We appreciate all that the Department of Public Safety does for our campus and the environment that you provide for our students, but also for the greater community at large. Thank you for joining us here today on Parent Perspective, and we look forward to visiting with you again next time, and we hope you have a great day. Thanks.